This episode of the WeakLEE Podcast is presented by the Law Office of AMF, dedicated to being an attorney you can rely on. For more information, call 504-515-1259 or visit www.lawofficeofamf.com. Enjoy the show.
You doing the intro or you want me to do it?
Huh?
You doing the intro or you want me to do it?
You can do the intro. Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead. Do the intro.
Welcome to another episode of the WeakLEE Podcast.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't know.
Look
Is
at them.
that what I'm saying though?
You should know what you're saying. You don't know what to say about that?
I don't know. I be forgetting what you say. I feel like you
Do
say
your
something
own
different
intro,
every time. See, I can't think on a whim like that.
Man. You the one who want to do the intro. Just
No,
the
you
intro.
do it. You go ahead.
Go
Do your
ahead.
intro. No, do your intro. I'm a guest today.
You're never a guest.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I'm always a guest.
Man, this is another episode of the WeakLEE Podcast. We have Alaisha
Here again.
here again. Her first episode since having our child.
It is.
Yeah.
I was big pregnant the last episode, huh? Yeah. It was time. I was ready to go in. We should brought Rory so you could see the podcast, baby.
She's still here. I mean, Bryce could go get her. But yeah, it's the first episode.
Yeah.
Since
It's been
having
what?
her.
2 months? Almost
Yep.
2 months. She's almost
be-
2 months.
Yeah.
2 months on the 23rd.
Now we really have a blended family.
Mm-hmm.
Got our own child. You have your two, I have my two.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty interesting in the household.
We definitely have like a modern day Brady Bunch. Starting 5, if you will.
Yeah. Fact. Everybody fusses and fights all day.
All day. That's all we do is referee.
I
Break
love
them
it,
up.
though.
Oh, yeah.
You be getting,
It's fun.
It'd be too much for you though.
Sometimes
I just like to watch them.
it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
Sometimes when we have all of them together. I think it was manageable before we had a newborn. But like now that there's a newborn in the mix and just the crying all day,
Yeah.
that would be the
Everybody
part.
cries.
Yeah.
Everybody cried all day.
Yep.
From the oldest to the youngest.
Facts. I think the younger ones, they cry a lot more now because they hear her cry.
Yeah.
So they're not like trying to be like the big kids anymore. Like they hear a baby crying, they're like, oh, I want to cry too. Like I need attention as well. So yeah, that could be a lot. If you got anybody who have 5 kids, I'm sure they feel overwhelmed at points. Like nobody's just like, oh, this is great all the time. We're not even about to sit here and try to air their bullshit because
I ain't
that's
gonna lie.
bullshit.
I ain't gonna lie, I do have my moments to where I could tolerate it. And then there's moments like when you actually trying to do something,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, it could be overwhelming.
Yeah.
But still manageable.
Yeah.
When you got your partner.
Exactly. I think also it's the fact that they're all still young too.
Yeah.
So everybody still needs you really.
Mhm.
Like they're not like teenagers that like just go off and do their own thing. So you still kind of got to like split yourself 5 different ways to make sure everybody is getting a piece of you.
I really wonder how that's gonna be.
Well, when they get
Like
older,
when they get older.
they're not going to want to be bothered with us.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that or not.
I won't. I know for a fact I'm
Why?
not. Just because I feel like our kids are our friends.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I don't be outside as much. You be outside.
You know I'm
So,
about
like,
those,
My kids are my best friends. Like, I be around them more than anybody else.
yeah.
So it's like, so once that shift happens and like they become teenagers and they be like, oh, well, we gonna go hang out with our own friends, I'm gonna feel away. I'm 100% gonna feel away.
Man, you got me. All right. All right.
It's not enough. I'm just kidding.
Dang. That's the
No, and I think then is when like, you know, like we're gonna go through a transition in our relationship as well, too though. Because once everybody goes off and they do their own thing, it'll be us coming back to each other.
Yeah. Because we had that for brief moments
Mm-hmm.
when we first started talking
Mm-hmm.
before we had a child.
Yeah. And before we joined everybody together.
Yeah.
Because there was still like moments where it would be just us
Uh-huh.
before, you know,
Everybody.
you introduce your children, I introduce mine. We actually had that alone time. So I think that'll be our time to go back to just me and you
Yeah, because we don't really have that time now.
Mm-mm.
Like before Rory got here, it was more manageable because, you know, the boys go back by their mom and the girls go back by their dad. And then, like you said, just be us.
Mm-hmm.
And now we got that child that don't never go
She gonna be with us all the time.
She is with us all the time.
She probably gonna be at the house like, why I can't go?
Right.
Like, why they get to go? Why they get to go and I gotta stay here? So yeah, that's gonna be a thing too. Trying to explain to her how that works.
You think that's one of the things that people be saying, though, like the negative things about a blended family?
Oh yeah, I feel like blended families are frowned upon more than they are praised. You know, like you hear all the time for women who have like multiple baby dads, like people think that they're not worthy or they're not good because they have 2 or 3 baby daddies or whatever. And it could be that they remarry multiple times. Yeah. But it looks bad, I guess, if all your children don't have the same father or whatever. I don't think that it really should be frowned upon, really more than it's praised, just because sometimes things don't work out. Yeah. And so if you are in a situation where you're married and you have children and you decide to divorce and then remarry and have more children, I think it can be a beautiful thing as long as everybody is cordial and everybody is playing for the same team. Right. Because ultimately, like, your family is one team. So that includes all the parents and all the children. I think that's the only way that it would be like a cohesive thing, that where it's like everybody benefits from it. Right. But everybody has to be on the same page, and sometimes that can be really difficult.
Do you think you realized that the older you got? Did you have that mindset when you was younger? Like your early 20s, did you look at it like,
My early 20s, I didn't want kids. Yeah. So I think we talked about this on one of my previous episodes. Like, you know, I didn't want children until I got married. And then it was like something that, you know, I was willing to compromise on because I was marrying somebody who wanted children. Right. So, you know, I had my 2 girls, and then I never thought that I would have any more kids. I thought that's it. Like, yeah, I ended up divorcing, and I know that maybe one day I may remarry, but once I remarry, like, that's it. Like, you got to accept these kids I come with. Yeah. And like, I'll take you with children, but as far as me having more children, never gonna happen. So like, I wasn't prepared for this either. Cause like, Rory came out of nowhere.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did. She came out of nowhere.
She did.
She did.
Cause I know for me, I had my 2. Mm-hmm. And then going through a divorce, I always knew I was going to have one more.
Why, though? No, because you used to tell me you wanted multiple children. Like, you wanted multiple children with multiple women.
That was when I was going through my healing phase after the divorce. Because I was like, all right, I'm about to be Nick Cannon.
Yeah, I don't know what you was on, okay?
I was like, and then I was like, yeah, nah.
0 out of 10, highly don't recommend, okay?
Yeah, and I was like, nah. But I always said, like, once I would be with the next person that I really be in a serious relationship with, I was going to have another child.
You were open to that?
Yeah.
I would say, like, for me, I wasn't until, like, we actually got into a relationship. And then I'm like, okay, well, I will consider it. Like, I'm okay with that. And then it became the time thing again. Because our younger kids were going to be 3. And so it's like, okay, how do we do this? Because do we wait? Do we wait 5 years? Yeah, and they're like 8 and we're starting like, over again?
Nah, I'm not doing
or,
that.
You know, do we just go for it? And I think for some time it just didn't happen. And then it just kind of just happened on its own. Yeah. So it was like, okay, well, you know, I'm okay with us having one more just because we'll have a child of our own. Mm-hmm. Like, you have your boys, I have my girls, and now we have one of our own. Yeah. Now, as far as any more outside of that,
I'm good. But that's why I was like,
we're gonna cut that.
I made sure that I said once Drew get 10, that was gonna be my cut.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's too big of a gap.
Yeah, like no. Like, now Drew and Rory, they 7 years apart, so that's cool. That's how me and my brother was. Yeah. So that's manageable. Yeah. But it was like, yeah, I ain't trying to really have teenagers then come with
Yeah,
another baby
and then start
down.
over. Yeah. That's like me and my sister are 14 years apart.
Exactly.
And it was like she was my baby.
Exactly.
So yeah. Like that could be a challenge too. Starting I feel like I was still too old to have Rory. Like I had Reese when I was 26. I had River when I was 28.
Yeah.
And then I had Rory at 31. Like that feels so heavy to say that. Like I feel like I was so old. Like that pregnancy, I was so miserable. And I like every day, I feel like every day I say I'm too old for this shit.
But they got people that have babies in their 40s.
Oh, absolutely. And hats off to them. Great. Like if you want to wait until 40 to have a child, so be it. Like I love that for you. But for me, I felt like I was too old because I never thought that I would have children. And then once I played with the idea, it's like I want to have all my kids before I'm 30.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to be in my 30s still having children.
But you still was somewhat 30.
Yeah.
30 is just one
I was
gap.
31. Yeah.
That ain't too bad.
I felt it though.
Did you really?
I did. That was a rough pregnancy. It was. I was miserable. You don't think I was miserable?
You just used to keep saying you was miserable, but you didn't look miserable to me.
Men.
You did a great job covering it up.
Men.
So, yeah.
Man, that was rough.
But what do you feel is one of the difficulties of having a blended family?
I think having to deal with all the different personalities.
Talking about the kids,
kids, the other co-parents, even each other.
Yeah.
Like, because even when like I was with my girl's dad, like I could yell at my kids all day, but you raise your voice at my child, I got a problem. Like, don't yell at them. Like that, leave that for me. Like that's for me to do,
Right.
So it's like coming into another situation where it's like we have another father figure in the house. It's like it's a fine line and you're afraid to overstep boundaries. Like I don't know how it is for you, but like for me, like with the boys, like I'd rather be like, Darren, Drew did this or Dre did that before I'm like, Drew, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't feel comfortable. Like I feel out of place. Like I don't want to step in and have to like not really parent, but like try to like chastise them or anything. I just don't feel like that's my place.
Part of
it. I don't know. Like I still feel weird about that. Like I'd rather just like tell you and let you handle it. So I don't know. Is it like that for you with the girls?
I wouldn't say that because
Why?
a lot of times I'd be like, Reese don't do that, River don't do that, and then it'd be cool. And then they just jump on me and we just get back to how we are.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't really be like hesitant about it. I don't know if that's because I'm the leader of the household, I guess. So it's like I don't really, but I don't, do the overstepping of, the whole chastising and all that. Nah, I leave that to you because that's, that's not really, now that's a boundary. Like I'd be like, I'm not gonna go that far.
Yeah. And as far as like when it comes to like disciplining them, like we kind of like, I feel like we leave that for each other to do.
Yeah.
Just a disclaimer. Let's put that out there.
Yeah.
Like you're not yelling at my kids. I'm not yelling at your kids.
Right.
You're not hitting my kids. I'm not hitting your kids. And I think it's just trying to establish a culture in our house. Like, okay, I'm not going to tell you things, but I'm going to tell your dad and your dad's going to tell you something. Right. But like, maybe I need to like, not be so uncomfortable with that too.
But I wouldn't really say that because you have moments to where like, how Drew always do, he go inside, put his book sack on the floor and then just go do that. Like,
and I'd be so nervous about that. And I'd be like, Drew, can you pick your school bag up and go put it in your room? I'd be so nervous about that and I don't know why. I guess like with time. Yeah. It'll come with time.
Right.
It's like, to me, it's like in my head, I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have to tell him something. He's going to think I'm mean. Like, And it's like, I just rather like, Darren, can you tell him to go put his school bag up? Can you tell him to pick his shoes up? Can you tell him to pick his jacket up? Like, I'd rather you do that than me do it. I don't know why though. I think just because it's still new.
Yeah.
I think it's still new. Yeah. And
we still, what this is, a year in with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, we got a long way to go.
Yeah.
We got
a long way. Yeah, but I think it shows just how delicate the situation is.
Yeah.
And that there's still like respect on both sides for like the kids being separate, even though we've joined them. Like at the end of the day, like I still love your children because they're an extension of you. But I'm aware that they're not my children, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like I have respect for their mother being their mother and you being their father, and I'm just here as a bonus.
Right.
So I think a lot of what I feel like when it comes down to being nervous is like just being like, okay, where do I fit into this? Just because like that's not a normal thing.
Yeah, because like you said, it's blended. So
yeah.
It ain't, and we don't really. Well, I know I didn't really have a real example of that, or to really see how to deal with it. Like I've seen, like my mom come from a blended family and all that, but I wasn't a part of that.
Yeah,
I'm just an extension of her. So it's like I don't really. I'm just going with the feeling of it.
But I mean, you did get to witness it though. With your grandmother being married multiple times.
But at the same time, I don't really understand or seeing what exactly was going on. I was too young to really, put that in my head of, okay, this is what you do, this is what you don't do.
Yeah.
I wasn't worried about that. I was just playing video games, eating all the food.
Just being a kid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. My grandmother on my mom's side as well was married multiple times. I think for me though, I wouldn't say that I was oblivious to it just because like I knew that my grandma's husband was my step grandpa, right? Yeah. But I've always called him Papa. Right. Like I don't look at him as he's not my grandfather for real or anything like that. Like I've always respected him and loved him like he's another one of my grandfathers.
Yeah.
So that was a learning curve for me too, because it's like, okay, my grandma was married to my grandpa and then divorced him and then remarried and married her now husband. And I still just see him as an extra grandpa.
Yeah.
So it's like, I didn't have that, I guess, negative outlook on blended families just because like everybody just seems like just all family. Like there was no division. Yeah. So, I can't say I had an example, but I do agree with what you're saying because I wasn't a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, like that wasn't my dad or my stepdad coming in. So, he was just my grandpa.
Yeah.
And I just felt like that was just normal for me. So I had an example, but again, like you really don't know how to navigate it until you're in it. Yeah.
And I know a lot of people will say like, I've heard people say, oh, well, our child gonna be confused.
Mm-hmm.
Because how our schedule go? Well, every other weekend we got everybody.
Yeah.
During the week we got the girls, then we'll have Rory.
Mm-hmm.
Or we'll have the boys with Rory, and
mm-hmm.
then we'll have Rory.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like she could be like, oh, why everybody leaving when everybody
mm-hmm.
coming back? Like, but at the same time, that's the whole point of us having
conversations.
The conversation and a schedule.
Yeah.
And us being stable with the schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're pretty stable with the schedule that we got.
Yeah.
So it's just like we know how to navigate and handle it.
Mm-hmm.
And if she got questions, if any of them got questions, we don't got no problem answering.
Just ask. Yeah. Like literally every day that I've had Recent River, well, since Sunday, I've had him since Sunday. Every day. The boys coming today. The boys coming today. The boys coming today. I'm like, no, not till the weekend. Like, y'all not gonna see them till the weekend. But it's like they have caught on to the schedule, I guess, because they look for one another.
Yeah.
So like even when we have the boys and I don't have the girls, they're like, "Where the girls at? They not here?" Like,
no,
up the girls like, no, like y'all only here together on the weekends. Like y'all just miss each other. I think the only time they do see each other during the week is Thursday.
Yeah, that because that's before you bring them to
right before I drop them off. Yeah, because you're just getting them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they just then they go back to the regular scheduled program.
Yep. Our schedule seems complicated to other people, but like to us, like
but
it's
I
super
think
easy.
After we explain it to people, they understand it.
Yeah.
Cause like people, they see 5 kids, but y'all got 5 children. Like I'm be like, yeah, but
we don't
it's
have
not
all
all
5 of
5
them
all the time.
Yeah,
it's just every other weekend.
Yeah,
like 2 weekends out the month is all 5 of us.
Which is like fun for them though.
Yeah,
because they're all so close in age. So like every other weekend we have them, we're gonna go and do something fun.
Yeah.
And like everybody's playing together until everybody start fighting.
Yeah.
So until somebody gets tired or somebody gets hungry, everybody's usually very cohesive and they're like playing together and doing things the right way.
Right.
Yeah. Until somebody get tired.
Yeah. You know, when they get tired, they get angry and mean and don't like nobody.
Yeah.
Dre.
And River. It's always the second child.
They don't be
always the second
nobody.
child. Yeah. Man, ultimately though, I think it is a beautiful thing though.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I love kids. To say that I didn't want any of my own, to have 3 now is insane. Like when I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, I got 3 kids. Like I really have 3 kids.
Yeah, before I got married, I never think I have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of kids to have.
Well, not really have 5.
Yeah.
But I never think I have 5. And I never think I would be with somebody with kids.
Ooh, that was a big one for you too.
Yeah.
Because you really couldn't like wrap your head around that.
I couldn't.
You didn't want to be with nobody that had kids.
That was one of the preferences I had when I was talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
Like right after I got my divorce. And people would be like, wow, you got kids? I'm like, yeah, but at the same time, I have to deal with them, with their kids and my kids, and I'll be like, it's too much. But then I'm like, I don't really gotta really tap into full father mode for somebody else's kids like that. Because like we said, we got our boundaries and we have, you do your thing with your kids, I do mine, but yet we still do it together. But I used to think it's like all the responsibility be on me. Until it's like, no, it's not. You got somebody to take care of their own children. You take care of your own children. What's the difference?
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, but I think you have to have a mature mind to really see that for what it is. Like, I'm going to respect their dad as their dad and let him be their dad. Like, I'm not coming in trying to be their dad.
Right.
Like, I'm just here as an extension to like the parent team, basically. And I feel like that's how I feel as well. Like, I'm not coming in here trying to like overstep any boundaries or trying to be like their mom or anything. Like, I respect their mom for being their mom. And then when we're all together, like, I'm just here helping your dad. I'm here too if you need me. Like, you know, I'm just trying to be a team player. So I feel like that's what it is for me too. So
we got a nice team, though. No, it's not.
It's not hard. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like, literally, you just respect the children and you respect the other parents and just take it day by day.
We're trying to mold these young kids to be better than us.
Yeah.
As long as everybody on the same team with that, that's all that matters.
Yep.
I want my kids to be better than me.
Me too. Much, much better than me.
They gotta be. Because I was a little tore up.
A little?
Yeah.
Very tore up.
I ain't that bad.
How you feel, Bryce? He tore up or what? Stay out of this one. Yeah.
Man, that's another
there
episode.
She is. She's screaming.
Yeah. That's another episode of the WeakLEE Podcast. Man, open eyes, vulnerable, and tune in next week. And this is the WeakLEE Podcast. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in next week.